Hello, boys and girls. This is Grandma Priscilla again, and I have another story for you. And this one's kind of funny. It's a true story that happened when I was a little girl, and I was probably 6 years old when this happened. But even now, when I think of it, as old as I am, I still laugh. It makes me have to laugh when I think of it. A long time ago, when I was that little, my daddy was a hard worker, and he would come home in the evenings from work, and he would want to relax for a little while before he went out and did farm chores. So he would come in and he would watch the news with Walter Cronkite, and that was the guy who was on TV and that told the news. And we weren't allowed to make noise during that time because Daddy wanted to hear the news, and he wanted to relax. And he had his favorite chair. It was a rocking chair, and he would sit in it and watch the news, and we had to sit there and be very quiet. So anyway, one day, it was in the summertime, and it was kind of hot outside, and there were insects out. Well, there was a fly that got in our house, and I guess when we went through the screen door and back and forth, and it didn't get closed quick enough, and the fly came in. But anyway, while Daddy was watching the news, the fly got in there and was buzzing around in the living room. But Daddy was so tired because he worked really long hours, and he would come home and be kind of cranky and grouchy. So we would not want to cause any trouble, and we tried to stay out of trouble. But this particular day, when Daddy was in his rocking chair rocking a little bit, and he kind of got tired, and he fell asleep. And then he started snoring with his mouth open. Well, we saw that fly, and we were watching that fly to see what it was going to do. And it flew in Daddy's mouth while he was snoring, and then it flew out and flew around a little bit in the living room, and in a few minutes it went back in his mouth. I think it flew out a time or two, a couple of times, I guess. And the third time, it didn't. It flew in so hard and fast, and it kind of got to the back of Daddy's throat, and he kind of choked around a little bit in his sleep, and he swallowed the fly. So we were giggling, and we thought it was so funny, but because Daddy was kind of cranky when he got home, we wouldn't dare tell him that he swallowed a fly. So anyway, we laughed and laughed about it, but we couldn't let Daddy know that we were laughing because we thought he might get mad at us for not shooing the fly out. But anyway, that's the day that Daddy swallowed a fly. And we always thought that was so funny. So whenever I think of that old rocking chair of Daddy's and Walter Cronkite, the newscaster, I always think of that fly that Daddy swallowed. And that's a true story, happened when I was a little girl.